When the government starts cutting funding to major programs, it doesn't always come out and say it. It doesn't always make a big announcement that benefits are being reduced. Instead, it changes how the system works. If fewer people qualify, fewer benefits get paid. If fewer benefits get paid, the numbers look better. And what I'm seeing right now is a shift where the system is becoming less about helping people qualify and more about finding reasons to say no. That may sound extreme, but when you look at how claims are being processed faster while more people are getting denied over small technical issues, it raises a serious question. Is the system actually improving, or is it just getting better at rejecting people? And if that's where things are heading, especially with programs like Medicaid, then this is not something you want to figure out after the fact. This is something you need to get right from the start. I had a situation that still bothers me when I think about it. There was a woman who had taken on the responsibility of helping her aunt. And from the very beginning, she had been told the same thing that a lot of people hear. If you do this correctly, your aunt can qualify for Medicaid and still keep her home as her primary residence. Yes, it needed a lot of work, and the value wasn't enormous, but it was where the family held Thanksgiving for the aunt's entire lifetime and most of the aunt's parents' lifetime before that. Saving the house was the goal. Protect the house while getting the care that was needed. So she did exactly what she thought she was supposed to do for her aunt. She worked through the spend down process, made sure the finances were handled properly, and followed the rules step by step for about 7 years. She wasn't trying to hide anything. She wasn't cutting corners. She was doing what people are told to do when they're trying to do this the right way. After going through all of that, after getting her aunt approved for Medicaid while keeping the home in place, after spending all of her money down over the course of 7 years, the caseworker called her. Not to fix anything, not to clarify documents, just a question to the niece. Do you think your aunt is ever going to return home? And the niece answered honestly, "Oh no, I don't think she is." That was it. She received a letter from the caseworker a few days later. Based on that one answer, Medicaid was cut off completely until the house was sold and the money spent down. The family home that was supposed to be saved was now going away. Think about that. The entire plan was built around the idea that the house could be protected as a primary residence. That was the understanding from the beginning. And one answer to one question, an honest answer, triggered a result that wiped that out. Now, instead of preserving the home, the family was forced into a position where selling it became a condition for continuing care. That's not a system helping people navigate complexity. That's a system looking for a reason to change the outcome after the fact. And this is where it gets frustrating. Because from the outside, everything looks like it's working. The case was processed, a decision was made, the file moved forward. The numbers looked efficient. But behind those numbers are situations like this, where the outcome turns on something that most people would never expect to matter in the first place. This is exactly why planning has changed. It's not enough anymore to generally qualify. It's not enough to be close enough or to assume that someone will fix things along the way. What used to be a correctable issue is now more likely to become a denial. What used to be a conversation is now more likely to become a decision. And whether this is happening because of pressure to process cases faster, reduce backlogs, or just how these systems are being run, the result is the same. More people are getting denied for things that used to be minor technicalities that were usually ignored or easily fixed. More people are being pushed into appeals, and more people are giving up because they don't have the time, the knowledge, or the energy to fight the government. The system doesn't have to beat you. It just has to slow you down enough that you can't keep up. And by the way, as part of the regular paperwork set up with the typical Medicaid toolbox, we now have an affidavit that the client signs stating under oath that they always intend to return home if they end up in a facility, and they don't authorize anyone to say that they aren't going to return home because of what happened to this niece. Based on what she told us of her aunt's situation, how long ago her health started declining, here's what we would have recommended and done differently. We would have put the house into an irrevocable property trust. We would have put her money into an irrevocable family trust. We would use as much money as possible to fix up the house while making sure there was at least 5 years of money reserved in the irrevocable family trust to care for the aunt. The end result would have been a fixed up family home, saved from Medicaid, the aunt still getting care, and probably a substantial amount of money left over to pay for the aunt's extras in the nursing home during her life. That's why having professional guidance from the beginning matters more than it ever has before. You're not hiring someone to fill out forms. You're hiring someone to anticipate how the system is going to respond, to structure things correctly from the start, to avoid the kinds of technical mistakes that trigger denials, and to make sure that one answer, one document, or one misunderstanding doesn't completely change the outcome for your family. If you want a clear breakdown of how Medicaid planning actually works, what mistakes to avoid, and how to put yourself in the best position from the beginning, go to freemedicaidcourse.com. Again, that's freemedicaidcourse.com. That's where I walk through the rules and typical legal documents in plain English so you can understand what you're dealing with before you're forced to deal with it the hard way. Because right now, getting this right on the front end is no longer optional. It's the difference between things going according to plan and everything getting turned upside down. So, as I tell my clients, please stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life. And whatever you do, make it a great day.